the whole fleet was out, and we couldn't fly for quite a number of days. So we'd go to ground school in the morning, ground school in the afternoon, and then when they finally got the ships repaired, planes repaired, why we would fly morning, afternoon, and night. The guys who flew in the morning would flew at night. And guys were getting pretty sleepy. One crew was up there, 2 guys, that's all you have, in the middle of the night. And all of a sudden there was a loud noise. Oh, what they did was they would fly for half an hour and then let the other one fly so you could catch a little sleep.
Would you change seats or do it from? Okay.
And there was a loud noise, and the guy that was flying it shook his buddy and woke him up and said, "You've got it." And he got out of his seat, opened the door, and jumped and popped his parachute. And the other guy looked around. The engines were making good sound. There was no indication of any problem. So he turned around and went back to the base. And when he got out of the plane, the planes were always supposed to be refueled as soon as they could. And a gas truck was waiting for them. And they said, "Where's your buddy?" "Oh, he jumped." Well, they
washed him out.
Yeah, he was about a mile from a highway, and he could see traffic, so he carried his parachute.
Hitched a ride?
I doubt to the highway and hitched a ride back to his base, and they washed him out.
Why did he jump?
Nobody knows.
Because there was a loud noise, and they didn't know what made the loud noise.
So he was afraid.
I was up one night at 10,000 feet with another guy, and there was a sudden loud noise, and we hit a bird with a little bit of a glass window just above the pilot's head, and the body of the bird never did come in.
So that's what must have happened to that guy.
Yeah,
did you have any lunch?
No. Yeah, we did.
No, yeah.
In spite of delays, we graduated on time in November of '43. And I was to be sent up to a
Salt Lake City for classification.
a classification center in Salt Lake City.
This is after your furlough, when you got your wings, you went home.
And you went home.
Yeah, with you.
Oh.
And since you were going to a classification center, you thought it would be best for me to stay home till you knew where you were going.
I went to Salt Lake City. You could hardly see in the city because it was during the wartime, and the cities were burning soft coal. And the soft coal put out a smoke. You could cut it.
How did they go about classifying you?
Well, you fill out a questionnaire. What do you like? What would you like to be?
Oh, okay.
I said a domestic airline pilot.
You did not.
Oh, I think I did put down domestic ATC because there was
such
some
a
guys
thing.
flying that. But and if you requested 4-engine training, why they sent you to a 4-engine training school. But because I didn't request that, they sent me directly to a 4-engine base where the pilot who had come out of this 4-engine training school was the first pilot, and I was the co-pilot. And we flew training missions together.
Out of where?
Out of Davis-Monthan in Tucson.
Oh, and that's when you said I could come out to Davis-Monthan. when you were settled
Yeah,
there?
yeah. I was there for quite a while.
Yeah. Oh,
You
boy.
need to take a break?
Yeah,
That's the end, isn't it?
no,
No?
we did have to get up to,
Move around.
Okay, where's that? Okay, we're recording. And over here,
Can you move that up?
we're recording. No, it's good there. Okay,
He's ready. Do you want that light off? Would you like that on?
this is good.
that doesn't make any difference for this,
I don't know.
all.
Okay.
How far were we
Oh, you were.
graduated over classification,
Salt Lake City.
So, yeah, you graduated. You got your wings
Yeah.
when you went to
They
Salt Lake
sent me
City.
down to Davis Mountain Field in Tucson, Arizona. And
Oh, I
the 486th Bomb Group was training there. And I was in a 900 and something squadron. I found out that the overall policy in the US was that they wanted to establish 500 bomb groups and then have them scattered around the world, and any pilots who were trained after that would come in as replacements to fill up the gaps. I was with a good crew. We were having a lot of fun. And one day, we had an airplane that wasn't completely operable. There was an electric boost pump to create fuel pressure to make the engine run that wasn't working. So we requested permission from the tower to take off without that boost pump and let the windmilling prop start it up. Permission denied. They said, go back into, oh, we said, well, we'd like a spare airplane. They said, no spare airplanes. So we went back to operations, and another crew came in and they had a mechanical problem. So the man in charge, the operations officer, said, you have to fill in all of these squares in order to go overseas, and there are 10 squares for PT, and you guys have 9 squares filled in. Why don't you go over to the gym and the one crew play basketball against the other crew, and we'll mark off the 10th square, you'll be ready to go. So we went to the gymnasium, and 5 of our guys disappeared, and we had 5 guys playing against 5. And then the one fellow got awfully tired, so he dropped out, and we were playing 4 against 5. So we said, this can't continue. The next goal will be the end. And they came charging down, ready to shoot
Basket.
a basket. And I jumped to block the basket. And as I jumped, the guy that had the ball crouched it down, and my toe hit his head, and I flipped out of control, and I dislocated my right elbow. And I had seen some basketball player that had that happen to him. This was before I was in the Army. And when it happened to him, his arm flailed all over the place.